Hi, my name is Jason Bedsworth and I'm with the CFS Consulting Group. And oftentimes we get the question, well, what is a data connector? Before I answer that, I want to provide the context for how data connectors work within a credit union. Oftentimes a credit union will have a core banking system, manages a good portion of the business, and there may be a data warehouse that receives information from that core banking system upon which they do reporting and analytics. And there may be an application they have or software that they use for that. What CFS does is it brings in data from many of the important third-party systems that surround that core system, be that mortgage servicing, loan origination, credit card servicing, and a variety of other systems from digital banking, accounting, collections, among the list. And that allows you to build better operational reports that are more complete, and it allows you to get deeper insights into the members because you have a more complete enterprise level data warehouse that includes all of the important systems. And it allows you to share that with many, many other credit unions as well as applications that you may run to operate the business. Now, you can always look at our website to see all of the data connectors that are available. But in answer to the original question, what's included in a single data connector? Well, there's a connection to the third-party system that allows you to mine data into your on-premise data warehouse from that third party. And then we build an operational representation of that data in your database, in your data warehouse, and we model that to make it easier for analytics and casual users. Finally, we provide sample reports and analytic dashboards for both operational and strategic usage of the data, and we provide documentation and support so that you can build your own reports and analytics off this new data set that you've integrated. So let's use MeridianLink as an example. Many credit unions utilize MeridianLink for account and loan origination, and there's a utility that they provide that allows you to grab all of the account and loan applications each night as an XML file for each one. And what CFS Connectors does is it consolidates all of those XML files, which are quite complex, into something much simpler that can be loaded and transformed into the data warehouse. And once that's done, then that information is available for you daily, and it's historical. Now, once that information is available in there, you then have sample reports where you can look at trends on that your loan applications. There are also the ability to get to dashboards, for example. So CFS supports two types of dashboards, one in typical Spotfire, as well as within Power BI. So you can see that you have many interactive dashboards to help you with the insights. There are also dashboards available in Power BI off each connector, and you can see the ability to interact in both sets of tools. And then finally, a data dictionary for you to be able to understand the information that's now available with full source to target information, and where available, business descriptions on each of the tables that have been added and are updated on a daily basis. And then finally, we help monitor our customers for the success or failure of loading their warehouses. So when exceptional conditions occur, we can see which clients need our attention or need notice that something needs to be addressed.
Thank you and welcome. In addition to the data modeling services that CFS offers, we also offer analytical models. But before we get into the models that we offer, I want to talk a little bit about what is analytics. When you talk about analytics, that conjures many, many different things for different people. And it can be a little bit hard to define what that is, let alone how you can get value from it. Some believe that just a spreadsheet is analytics. Some believe that having a supercomputer is what's required to do proper analytics. And some believe that you need very aggressive mathematics in order to do analytics. An example of our analytical model is one you see in front of you in Power BI. This is leveraging our transactional classifications. And one of the important things that you can do with this is it allows your marketing department to self-serve and to create more informed lists about your members. So we capture a lot of different loan types that your members might have: auto, credit card, mortgages. In this example, we're looking at credit cards, and we can do a lot of filtering to get into very specific groups. Say they have a credit card between 35 and 45, they carry a credit card balance, and they're with Chase. There's 48 and 481 members who had that specific situation that you can be very, very targeted in your language and your offers. So you can be very, very specific. In addition to ACH transactions, we also classify point-of-sale transactions. This can be very, very important if you're wanting to leverage your HELOCs into a group of folks that are purchasing a lot at home improvement stores that may not have a mortgage with you. So we also classify the point-of-sale transactions to make targeting those folks a little bit easier. As you can see here, I'm clicking through all these different options to get into a very specific group that I can contact for very specific services that I may not have known about in the past. Analytics, as we define it, is a little more generic than some other places. We look at it more perspective of wanting to improve your processes every single day by using better knowledge and better understanding of the data that you have and leverage it in situations that maybe you haven't done in the past. And so we do this through a variety of forms. And so we have lots of different types of models. Analytics doesn't come in one flavor. We kind of have three broad areas. One is that we have models that bring better clarity to the data that you already have. We have models that augment the data that you already have. And we have models that are more predictive in nature. And these all have very, very different functions and different purposes, but they are all analytical models. They all try and give you they all try and improve your current process and give you better information about your situation so you can make a better decision. Walk through each of these in turn with an example. So for instance, we have a model around member attrition, more importantly about member retention. We found through analytics that driving retention drives far better outcomes than monitoring attrition. By the time a member is getting to leave, it's normally too late. And so through looking at the transactional records, we can identify members with high retention and lower rates of retention. And so you can target those members and help change their behavior in real time to higher retention categories. So this is not a model in terms of an artificial intelligence model, in terms of what you might think, but it does bring clarity to your situation that drive really good outcomes. We also augment data. So for instance, you already have transactional records that tell you where members already have a relationship with other institutions. This is something that you already have. But mining out that information and knowing what those relationships are can be very, very challenging. We have a model that augments your member records with that transactional data that you already have that helps to help you see those relationships with other financial institutions. And lastly, we have models that predict what's going to happen in the future. For instance, we can predict which loans are going to charge off over the next 90 days. This can help you better prepare in terms of what you have in reserve, but it can also help you better understand what's the correct path for those members that are affected for those loans over the next 90 days. These models exist in multiple contexts. We work in multiple technologies. We're more focused on trying to give you the right tools to make those things and less associated with a specific technology. So we can consume these models in a variety of forms. We have pre-existing examples built in TIBCO, Spotfire, and Power BI, and SSRS. But we can work with a variety of technologies. If your credit union works with a different one, we try and build it at a table level and then consume it in whatever form that you need to for your organization. We have a variety of models that are currently available. We're always building new ones. It is very common for us to have a customer come to us with a desire for a new model, and we work with them to build a model that is specific to them. But lots of times we'll build it in such a way that we can offer it to other customers as well. Should you require additional information, you can always contact Terry Martin at the information below.